welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for being here and all of your support. Today's pick a card reading is a requested one. How would your person react if you confess to them how you feel? And should you confess or not? In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different stone. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Choose the one that really calls out to you. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so how would your person react if you were to confess to them how you feel? Okay, group number 1. So right away what I'm seeing here with the 4 of water in particular is I feel like your person would come across as being like kind of like indifferent. Okay, like they wouldn't really show how they feel towards you as you're telling them this. And I feel like they would be so caught up in their own mind and emotions about what they feel like went down as well as their part in it, that I just see them being like not even hearing what you're saying. Okay, because with the 4 of water, that is like a cup, a gift being offered to somebody, and they are so hung up on the past and their interpretation of it that they don't even see what's being presented to them. And I feel like that's how they would be with you, okay? And then with the 7 of earth here, I'm also getting that they just would be, kind of in this place where, like a restless place, of, I see them like standing their ground, like, and rooted in this perception that isn't even what they want, is what I'm seeing, and again, I just feel like they wouldn't be seeing what you're saying. Okay, and to take that further, I'm also saying, it's interesting that the 4 of water came up and the 4 of hearts. And my 4 of hearts in particular is I regret messing things up with you. So yeah, like I'm saying, like I'm getting the impression with these cards that they would be wondering, like, has too much damage been done? Like they're almost like waiting for you to remember what they did, and then for you to be like, wow, like what am I doing? Like I am so over this, which leads me into the next card. A part of them feels like you guys have actually moved on, okay? And so yeah, they would basically be like listening to you skeptically, like they'd be waiting for the other shoe to drop, just like, okay, like what's the catch? And okay, so going off of the 7 of earth further, as well as the Tower Lenormand, it's kind of like this person, as a way of dealing, has been diving into work, or for some of them, work has been taking up all their time and attention and focus. And I just feel like, it's kind of like that's where they feel comfortable. That's where they feel in control of the situation, and where they would be like, yeah, let me get back to you type of feeling as they dive back into work, and like get you off their mind in that way. Also, there's a fear coming up for this person in particular that's also holding them back, I'm seeing, and it's them saying, I feel like I have to compete for you. So there is, this part of them that does take notice of you and like attention that you get, and that goes, further with that. I feel like you've moved on. Like a part of them feels like too much damage has been done with whatever their part was in this connection ending, and they think somewhere you've moved on, and they, or either way, you're entertaining other people. So at this point, they feel like, yeah, like not only did I mess up, but I don't want to have to compete for you. Like you were mine once and now you're not. So that part of this person is kind of given up and like thrown in the towel. So you coming back, like I said, like they would like just kind of give you this blank stare and just kind of like take in what you're saying, but like really like waiting, like I said, like where's the catch? Like when is the light gonna hit you about, like that memory of what happened? And they just feel like almost like it would be easier at this point for both of you to move on. But then here's what's interesting, group number 1, is all the ending cards are actually really optimistic and to me speak of a new beginning because they're all aces as well as the ring Lenormand. So even though this person would put up such a resistant wall of accepting what you would be saying to them and really believing that it's true, I'm seeing that there is a part of them that, you know, in fact, okay, the Seven of Earth is also like when somebody feels like they're at a crossroads, you know, and a part of them feels like, you know, like they would love another shot with you. And then another part of them feels like too much damage has been done. It would just be easier to try with somebody new. Okay, I'm getting like two different messages with that coming through here. So, you know, it's almost like depending on when you were to hit this person up and what state of mind they're in would determine like what would happen between you guys, okay? And okay, so to take that even further with this Ace of Diamonds here, they do say they want a chance with you. So it's kind of like that feeling of, well, against all odds of what happened and if you've moved on or not, and if you are entertaining other people, there would be that part of them with the common sense, well, hey, you know, they must somewhat mean what they say or they wouldn't have hit me up after all that, and that they would want to take that leap of faith and that chance with you, is what I'm seeing there. And then with the ring card, it's like, you know, I do feel like deep down, this person, if they could get past their own, like, you know, insecurities that are coming up for them, it's like deep down, they do, I see, want a fresh start with you and a commitment. So, okay, this requested video in particular was, you know, about like, should I confess or not? The line that's coming to me in regards to that is that your person appears like they kind of need some time right now, but I feel like, you know, if like it struck you though to say something to this person, I feel like you should, you know. I'm getting like a yes with this overall, but I do feel like currently though, you know, they are kind of putting up this wall of resistance and they are kind of seeing things narrow-mindedly right now. But I do see though that deep down, I do feel like this person wants the same thing. Group number one. So yeah, you know, I feel like just kind of like give it some time and don't be deterred if you do hit them up and you get a reaction that you wouldn't be expecting, okay? Because that's just this person really trying to feel this out and see like the sincerity of this is what I'm getting. But like I said, deep down, I do see though that they do want the same thing. It's just really getting past, you know, the past as well as any insecurities coming up for them. Okay, group number one, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number two. Okay, so how would your person react if you confess to them how you feel? Okay, group number two. So right away what I'm seeing for you guys with this Queen of Swords here is that your person would look at you like, what are you doing? Okay, like, or what is going on here? Like, I'm actually getting the impression they feel like you would not do this. Okay, like you have too much pride and you would not be the one to confess to them, that it would have to be them is what's coming through here. And I feel like if this person has hit you up, you might have kind of been short with them, okay? So they feel like there's no way you're gonna hit them up. I'm just getting kind of like this mirroring energy going on between you and this person. And I feel like you guys feel the same way. Like you're like, yeah, like I do expect them to hit me up if they're interested, not me them. So they wouldn't be wrong about that. But either way, okay, the other thing that's coming through is that your person would kind of like be, I'm getting a real guarded feeling with these cards. They would hear you out basically, okay? And I feel like they would kind of have a poker face with this Queen of Swords and kind of just stare at you and let you do the talking. Yeah, like, and just kind of be like, okay, and they, you know, would kind of see like what all are you gonna reveal? What exactly do you want from this is what I'm getting. Yeah, so I'm getting kind of like this skeptical feeling from them, and kind of like, you know, them just wanting to see like, what is it that you want to say to them? Like, they'd be really curious and kind of skeptical is what I'm seeing. Okay, so what's interesting is normally when I see that Ten of Earth here, I think, oh, that's great. You know, that's a great sign. They're building themselves up, they're building their future up, which I do see that this person is doing. And normally I feel like, you know, when it pops up in readings for me, it's like saying you're the only one that's missing. But in this case, I actually am not getting that. This person's almost like come to terms, I'm feeling, with whatever happened between you guys. And now they feel like they are totally diving into, like I said, building themselves up in their future, but not necessarily like they're not thinking you're the only thing missing though. I'm not getting that from this group. This is a stubborn person I see, you know, and it's kind of like, I feel like almost like the ship has sailed type feeling group too. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't any hope for you guys, but I'm also like getting though that this person has kind of like felt like a chapter is closed with you guys. So yeah, I'm getting like kind of like they would be shocked at this point if you guys came around. Like I said, they're curious, they'd be kind of skeptical, they'd want to hear you out. They wouldn't really show their emotion. They would kind of keep it to themselves. Okay, they wouldn't want to reveal too much either way is what I'm getting. Because this is a very cerebral person, so I don't feel like they would outwardly show you like what they feel about what you're saying. In fact, I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with an air sign because we have 2 air cards that came out. But I also feel like they also come across like an earth sign. Like they are very practical, they're very goal oriented, and they do take practical steps to get things done is what I'm seeing. So I feel like this person would not outwardly like demonstrate how they feel is what I'm seeing. Okay, so the other thing though that's coming through for this person is that, okay, so my cards get a little bit more specific about what's going on with them in regards to you two. So I have trust issues, so that could also be partly why they feel like, you know, like, oh, things didn't work out, you know, and that's also like where that skepticism comes through. And just them wanting to hear you out. So maybe for some of you, like you guys were the ones who ended this and this person's like, okay, then it's done, you know? Whereas you never really quite felt like it was done. Something like that's coming through. Where this person, I feel like, came to terms with it before you. Also, they say they have fears that they need to deal with right now. So that could be, you know, in regards to relationships, but it could be just fears in general that are coming up for this person that they're currently dealing with, okay? And like I said, like I do feel like this person, you know, they're pretty busy with like, I feel like their job, you know, home life, just like all that practical stuff right now is taking up all their energy. It could even be school, just getting like a lot of, you know, like hands-on work is what I feel like they're doing. Yeah. So you coming in back into their life would kind of blindside this person. They would not expect it. The other thing they're saying is they are doing them right now. So they are very like focused on themselves and focused on their life and what's in front of them, as well as whatever fear is coming up for them currently. They also say that I'm not ready to open my heart. Okay. So yeah, this person's pretty, like I said, they have this guarded like energy and very like focused energy on whatever it is that they're doing. And I feel like that is how they deal with things. So I feel like you coming back would possibly be like this whirlwind of emotion where they don't exactly know what to do with it or what to make of it. So I feel like it would make them dive into their projects and work or school or whatever it is they're dealing with even more so, okay? Yeah. But, okay, as like not happy as all that sounds, what is also coming through though is there is the Ten of Hearts here. So on one hand, this person, you know, I feel like they will always like have a place for you guys in their heart. no matter what happens, whether you guys end up together or not. But it's kind of like currently though, this person is definitely taking care of what they need to take care of with themselves as well as what they are working on. Wow, okay, so I just noticed too, we have 4, 4, and then this is 44. So that is also saying this person's really, like I said, trying to build themselves up and build a solid foundation, okay, with dealing with things that are coming up and dealing with what needs to be taken care of in their life, okay? So that is like their current energy, and they are going like strong in that area, okay? As well as there's a bunch of 9s, which tells me like a chapter has closed for this person. That's not to say that, you know, that's in regards to you necessarily, but like the way that you two were operating is over, okay? So the transformation card might as well have came out with that, because it's like if you two were to move forward, things would have to change is what I'm seeing. Okay, they are also though, like they are checking out your social media, they're keeping in touch, whether you realize it or not in that way. Like I'm not saying you guys are necessarily talking, but like they do, you know, take notice, they do see what you're up to. They do wonder about you from time to time, I see. Like they do think about you guys, okay? I mean, they're coming across like an air sign. Like they are definitely actively thinking about you guys, whether they're an air sign or not. That's what's coming through. They are also so physically attracted to you guys. I feel like they actually like reminisce and remember like all the good times you guys had, their favorite times with you, any passionate times with you. It's all coming through. Like I do feel like that was like some of the best moments of their life, okay? So don't ever think like they didn't care or that any of that time was like for nothing, because it's definitely was like some of the best times of their life I'm seeing. Okay, so this is interesting. With the owl card here, I actually feel like, you know, this person might be asking others for their input as far as you two go. Okay, so even if you guys were to approach them, I don't get a definite like them being like yes or no to you, like as far as like giving this another go or not. I'm really just getting like they would be weighing it is what I'm seeing. So yeah, and they would, I see them seeking like the advice of others possibly, and just kind of like getting their opinion on the situation, like an outside perspective is coming through for some of you. For others of you, I feel like this person's kind of a lone wolf and they wouldn't do that, and they would just like come to terms on their own, like in due time. I'm just getting like a real, with the messenger of earth here reversed, that's honestly saying that this person's not, I don't want to say they're not putting in the work, because this person puts in the work, okay, with whatever matters to them. I see that. This is a very like strong-willed, I'll do what it takes to get things done type of person. But it's almost like currently though, as far as you two go, that would not be at the forefront, but it would not be there either. Oh my goodness, I hope this makes sense. But like, I guess what I'm trying to say is they are really like focused on themselves right now and what tasks need done now. But as far as you two go, you wouldn't necessarily get an answer right now, but it doesn't mean that it wouldn't come, if this makes sense, okay? And with the 10 of Hearts here, I do see like a happy outcome. I'm just not seeing it currently. Like your person is really busy is also what's coming through to me. So, you know, again, like I honestly feel like it would kind of be the timing if you guys were to ever, you know, say how you feel. But just because you wouldn't necessarily get like a response or an answer right now doesn't mean that it wouldn't come later. But yeah, so that's what's coming through. Okay, group number 2. This is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Group number 3. Okay, so How would your person react if you confess to them how you feel? Okay, group number 3. So right away I have to tell you guys that you guys actually have the sweetest energy out of every pile. Yeah, like I honestly get that if you guys confessed how you feel, that your person would just be like on cloud 9. Okay, they would be like, oh my gosh, like this is a dream come true with the Queen of Water here. Okay, so literally, this person views you guys highly, okay? Like you guys are one of a kind, and like they manifested you is what I'm seeing. And I just get this like instant magnetic like pull towards you guys. And so they would just like, it would confirm in their mind even more that like you guys are destiny. You know, like that kind of feeling going on. But okay, so although all that is sweet to hear, it's kind of like, well, before I get into the rest, we also have the Chariot here. So it's possible for some of you, you and your person are at a distance, okay? But either way, I feel like this person has a very go-getter like energy. I feel like you guys do as well. And it's kind of like, you know, like I get this feeling of like wanting to rush and embrace you, okay? And like just make things right again. Like they feel like seeing you would make things right again. All would be right in the world. And okay, so here's where things kind of take a turn. So this person would be like, woo, you know, feeling high and like, you know, I just, like I said, I get this feeling like they feel like you're a dream come true. They manifested you, all that great stuff. But then all of a sudden I'm getting like this turn, this like shift and this like a fear coming in. And I'm seeing like all of a sudden it's kind of like a feeling of possibly sabotaging this and what it could be. And then like them wanting to shut the door on it to kind of like, you know, not get hurt is what I'm seeing. So yeah. And then I'm just seeing you feeling like you're left in the dark again about this situation with the moon after the Hermit. So yeah, you know, it's so there's a lot of back and forthness going on with this group. On one hand, this person feels like they just want to like let go and take this leap of faith with you is what I'm seeing. And then on the other hand, it's like there's a part of them that like holds themselves back, okay, from totally making that leap of faith. So yeah, and then to take all that a step further, okay, so we have, I'm not talking because I don't want to be rejected. Like I said, like, yeah, there's like this fear that they have that they, no matter what, they don't want to get hurt again is what I'm seeing with that. So then they end up saying, I want to be single, you know, and kind of like a I'm doing me energy, even if that's not really what they want. So I'm just seeing like, but because it's their choice, they feel like, well, you know, that's better than getting hurt. Like it's one of those things like, well, if I say I'm going to be single and I'm choosing it, then I won't get hurt. But then we have the I love the connection that I have with you. So there's this part of them that can't deny it. Like, yeah, you know, it's kind of like one of those things. Sure, you know, you can remain in control of a situation if you're single, but it's kind of like you don't get all the amazingness that comes with really having this, you know, like amazing connection with somebody, which is more of a risk. That's like the theme that's coming through for your person, okay, is really letting go of that fear and just taking this leap of faith, like the Fool card, you know. But yeah, and then we have like the Key and the Cage card. So it's like they're keeping their heart in this cage, you know, where they feel like it's safe, but they're not really allowing themselves to like feel like what would it be like to really connect with somebody and really have something amazing. And a part of them does feel like, you know, when I see this card, like you guys are the key to their heart coming out of the cage. It's just them allowing this to unfold naturally is what I'm seeing. Okay, so this is interesting. I feel like one of you is coming across like a gossiper. Like at first I thought it was them, but then I thought, no, maybe it's you guys though, okay? And I feel like you're both kind of talking about this. to, you know, whoever you guys are closest to, and just kind of like weighing in on it, like, should I, shouldn't I, you know, as well as checking out these videos to kind of get more clarity as what's coming through here. So yeah, like a lot of chit chat and talking going on, and really trying to see like, should you or shouldn't you? Okay, so I'm also getting something else. So some of you are from a distance from this person, or somebody has moved, and another portion of you, it's kind of like, I feel like you're from two different worlds is what I'm seeing. So you also kind of wonder, is this even practical? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing coming through. But all in all, group number 3, it does seem like you both want this commitment though, with this card here as the outcome card. So I really just like see that if your person, you know, let go of this fear, took this leap of faith, it looks like it would be awesome. Okay, so this is also coming through for some of you. Your person also wonders with the moon card here, like, well, before we get into that, okay, let's look at the Hermit. That's like a huge, we have like 3 major arcanas here. So there is definitely a current theme going on for you and your person. On one hand, I feel like you guys are really like crushing your goals, okay? I'm really seeing that. A very focused, determined energy, very ambitious, okay? So you both are very like, you got your own thing going on, despite, you know, you both wondering about this. Like your person's wondering too. And on top of this, you know, crushing your goals and stuff, I feel like you guys are both going through this transformation. Okay, so how you guys were when you met and or were involved with each other, you're not the same person now, okay? We have a 9 here and a 9 here, and it's just, you know, with the 7. So you guys are definitely, you know, all about doing you, crushing your goals, going through a transformation, closing the door on the old of what once was, and really moving forward, okay? And I feel like I've said before, during transformations, one minute, you know, people feel like, like they don't really make sense of their world. And then the next minute they feel amazing, you know? So it's kind of like going back and forth until it kind of like evens out. But with the moon card here, your person, okay, you both are having to shine the light on different things, fears, patterns coming up for you that no longer serve you, and really like emerging into this new you, okay? This new elevated you is what I'm seeing. But on top of that, I feel like, let's go back to that moon though. There's something in particular though, your person feels like you guys aren't sharing with them, okay? That, you know, it's kind of like they want the light revealed on something. That's going to go for some of you, not all of you. If you feel like, you know, there's nothing you're keeping from them, then this isn't meant for you. But for those of you that are like, yeah, you know, there is something, then that is meant for you. But either way, I feel like, you know, you're both kind of trying to maneuver your way like through this new reality, and it's like you're trying to make sense of it on top of make sense of your connection with this person is what I'm seeing. So you're both very much like mirroring this energy, okay? In fact, you guys are also coming across to this person like, you know, on one hand they do feel like, you know, your heart is with them, but on the other hand they do feel like you're kind of like being like, you know, look, I'm single, you know, and I'm doing me. And I feel like you guys are going to be like, well, yeah, that's because, you know, like I'm not getting anything from them. And it's, yeah, it's definitely a mirroring energy going through, but it's interesting because deep down I feel like, you know, you both want the same thing. So it's just really, you know, getting through what's coming up for both of you and having like this, you know, shining the lights on whatever's keeping you both in the dark about this connection, and really having that honest communication is what I'm seeing. You know, as far as how would they react and should you confess to them or not, like I feel like, yeah, you know, you could. And I feel like it would bring this person, you know, kind of like it would force your person to really like face, is this what they want? as well. Like, it would force them to get truthful about it instead of like hiding in the dark about it, you know what I mean? Because that's the other thing that's coming through. So it's like this group in particular has a huge duality of, like I said, like this passionate and magnetic pull towards one another with these two cards and just wanting to make things right instinctually. And then all of a sudden shutting the door and being in the dark about this whole thing. And it's kind of like wanting to hide away from it, you know, and just not like face it. But on the other hand, if you guys were to communicate with this person, it would force them to face it once and for all is what I'm seeing, and really get down to the truth of it. Is this what they want or not? Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys.